My name is Avi Baxter. This interview is being done for my recreation intro to sport management course. I am here with Erica Tennyson, who is a state park ranger. Um, so first I introduce you, but if you could just give a brief introduction of yourself.
My name's Ranger Erica Tennyson. I work at William B. Umstead State Park in Raleigh. I'm a Ranger 2, which is just a supervising ranger at the park.
Cool. So we will get right into our questions here. So, we've already done position, title, and everything, but please describe your major activities during your work week.
Sure. So we do so many different things, and it depends on if there's an emergency in the park. We might have a medical emergency in the park where we have to do CPR on someone, or we may have programs that we have scheduled with a school group that's coming in, or a school group that we're going to the school to do the program for. So if we're doing programs, we would get ready by getting all the animal furs and the animal skulls and everything together to take to the school. If we're just a normal work week, no emergencies are happening, no programs are happening, we go out, we patrol the trails, we work on the trails, so we might be on a tractor, or we may be using hand tools to fix the hiking trails. And then if we're on closing shift, that means that we have to make sure nobody's left in the park overnight. So if there's a vehicle left in the parking lots, we will have to go on a search for a person, and if we can't find them, then we look up their address and we go do a home knock at their home if they live locally, just to see if they forgot their car or if someone is actually missing. And then we close the gates, lock them up, and lock up the bathrooms and go home.
So it sounds like you have sometimes a very busy week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Cool. All right. And just for the audience, for myself, what types of skills and abilities and personal qualities do you find are the most important in your line of work?
So I think being able to talk to different kinds of people is number one. Just being able to communicate with people. Either it's to let them know what you want them to do, as far as you don't want them to park in the grass, so you try to talk to people, to explain why you don't want that to happen. So I think communication skills are number one. Also, I think any skills in programming, for kids, is also great, because we do a lot of programs. I mean, the parks are here for everyone, but kids are number one visitors. To make them excited about parks and to come back to parks, and just to get involved in the outdoors. So kids, that's another big one. Being able to talk to kids, being able to play around with kids, that's big. And that's those are the two big things. Everything else you can learn on the job. So chainsawing and using a saw and all those type of things.
Cool. All right. So it seems like it's big on communication, big on being approachable and having patience and being, willing to work with younger groups and kids. That's awesome. So how did you enter the field, and what preparation did you have? As classes or that you took that was especially geared towards you being a ranger, or any outside work that you did?
Sure. So I went to Western Illinois University, which has a Parks and Recreation degree. So I got a Parks and Recreation degree, and I have a minor in urban forestry. So I kind of got my outdoor science stuff with the urban forestry, and then I got my programming and learning about parks and learning about different recreational activities through my Parks and Rec degree. I took all sorts of classes. My emphasis in Parks and Recreation was in outdoor recreation. So most of my classes were geared towards taking groups of kids out into the wilderness. So we did a lot of classes on, one of the classes was we took a canoe trip and they taught us kind of how to do a canoe trip for kids, which was a lot of fun. It was an overnight, so we had to like pack up all our tents and sleeping bags and stuff, and then learned how to cook for a bunch of people, and learned how to, like, you know, if a kid got scared during the night, you're on the river now, so you couldn't just like go home.
Right.
So just kind of how to take care of issues like that. And then just your normal Parks and Rec classes, learning about the history of Parks and Recreation, learning about how to give a program, learning about facility management, things like that. So
Gotcha. It seems similar to the coursework that I'm doing, which is good.
Yeah.
It's a priority. And leading into that, so you had a Parks and Recreation degree, right? And that's the degree program you went into. And is that the major that you would recommend? Would you recommend any other majors to?
So for a park ranger, I would definitely. So my degree is called Recreation, Parks, Tourism Administration. That's like the name of the degree that I got. But any Parks and Rec, like from NC State or your school, anywhere that you can get a Parks and Rec degree is going to be great. Like, we're not looking for a scientist as a park ranger. We're looking for someone who can teach kids and who can have fun and who can, do all those things, but then also feels comfortable doing the law enforcement aspects of the job and also doing the medical part of the job, which is like people might have a heart attack out on the trail, or they might be lost and you have to find them. Just that kind of stuff. That's what we're looking for.
Gotcha. All right. And types of experience do you recommend, like, getting into this job? So, like, for me, I started here as a seasonal. I started out as a maintenance seasonal, and then got to know you guys a little bit, and then joined ranger staff and became your seasonal. Working at other parks, stuff like that. So, would you recommend, like, those types of experiences? Are there any other experiences you think are valuable?
Definitely. I think if you want to be a North Carolina State Park Ranger, I think doing a seasonal job at any of the North Carolina state parks is like key. It also, if you want to do, so there's internships and then there's also seasonal positions. So either one of those